a log that's pretty similar in diameter to what a piece of pork would be. So that's why I like to do it this way. So I'm going to take 4 of these kitchen towels stacked on top of each other. And you're just going to roll these up. And that should mimic the diameter of a pork roast. Now, obviously my arms are a little longer than some of you. So for me, it is 3 pulls of the string, 3 arm lengths. For you girls, maybe it's 4. You'd rather have a little too much string than not enough. So that's 1, that's 2, and for me, 3 gets the job done. Now you can't just use any old string, but you know, we've got Amazon, thank the Lord, so we can always have access to this, and it's fairly inexpensive. So if you didn't grow up as a knot tire, this might be new to you. Here's a piece of string, and I've got about 18 inches here, and I'm simply going to cross it over. My hand is going to go through the loop and grab the string. My left hand is pinching the remaining long strand and the short piece, and I just simply pull it up, and it makes a knot. It's called a slip knot. You with me? Let's do that again. I cross it over. My hand goes through the loop and grabs the string. With my left hand, I'm pinching the long strand and what's left, and as I slowly lift, it makes a slip knot. Okay, great. We're going to slip that over the end of the roast, and by pulling on the short end, it will tighten up. You need this later. Don't get in a hurry to chop them off. So, I simply, all the extra string is off to my right hand side because I'm right-handed. And I just loop it around. I'm going about 2 inches. Look what my left hand's doing. It's kind of holding the string, and my right hand's bringing all of that extra string up and under. Snug, but not super tight, because the roast expands as it cooks, and if you're netting it too tightly, the string will embed itself into the roast, and that's not what we want. And I'm just going to continue this over and over again, trying to keep the spacing consistent. And you do this a couple of times, you'll realize you can get through this really fast. And I'm making it snug. I'm keeping everything straight. And when I get to the end, make it snug, keep everything straight. And once I get to the end, I'm going to flip it over. All I have to do here is just tuck the string under. Come straight down, tuck it under. I'm going to repeat that all the way down the roast. Of course, later today we'll be doing this with a piece of meat and on a dry towel, so it's going to be wet and slippery. It's alright, it'll make do. Again, come around the end. Now you can see that I'm down the top and bottom, but I also want to have the sides. This part is optional, but I do it to be extra safe. It keeps things from falling apart in the oven. So I'm going to go down both sides now. Just that fast. This is a lost art. You rarely see chefs do this anymore. I see things like taking a roast and trying to wrap it in aluminum foil really tight. And it kind of works. But when you do that, the oven can't brown the meat because you've shielded it with the aluminum foil. So by doing this, I'm sorry, let me finish my demo. When I get to the end, I'm now going to take these 2 strings. I'm just going to tie a simple square knot. Done. If you've got excess at that point, you could cut it off. And this could go in the oven. So this would keep my roast from falling apart as it bakes. it will still allow the oven heat to brown the meat. That's why wrapping it in aluminum foil doesn't work, because your meat won't take on any color. And then after this bakes, we would simply come in with some kitchen shears, snip the twine, carefully remove it, and you'd have your finished roast that did not fall apart in the oven. So this is a very important skill to learn. There's a lot of application for this, and now I'd like you all to do a practice run in front of me, and then you're going to go